Hi, my name is Arush, and this is my capstone project, MediCane. MediCane is a secure web-based medical records hub that lets patients store, manage, and share their health history in one place. Let me walk you through what I built, how I built, and where it's going. The problem I wanted to solve is something that affects pretty much everyone who's ever been to a hospital. Your medical records are scattered across different hospital portals, one for your GP, one for your specialist, another for the dentist, another for the lab. So when you switch your doctors or travel, your history is incomplete and the medication lists are outdated. Doctors waste their time reconstructing your history, and patients end up repeating themselves every single visit. Medicaid's goal is to become that single timeline that follows the patient across all of these systems. Let me walk you through the software development lifecycle for this project. I started planning, defining the problem, user roles, and the nine-phase roadmap. Then design, mapping out the pages and the user flows. Then development, which I'll break down month by month. I tested auth flows, document uploads, and the doctor sharing systems as I went. Also, the next steps, which I'll cover at the end, which include OCR and deployment. In January, my goal was to fully understand the problem and plan the solution before writing a single line of code. I identified three user roles: patients, providers, which are doctors, and organization admins. I wrote a detailed project brief with a nine-phase development roadmap, all the way from the basic setup to FHIR hospital integrations. I chose my tech stack, which is React and TypeScript for the front end and Supabase for the back end. This planning phase was what made everything else possible because I always had a clear direction to work towards. February, I helped with different projects, so I came back to this project in March when med when I started actually building. I set up the project using White with React and TypeScript, installed React Router for navigation, and built four skeleton pages: landing, login, dashboard, and the vault. I also started on a school laptop using StackBlitz before moving everything locally using GitHub on my personal laptop. This slide shows the root structure. Every page in the app maps to a root, and React Router handles navigating between them. So by the end of March, I had a working multi-page app that I could actually run in my browser. April was when this became a real app. I integrated Superbase authentication. Users can now sign up and log in with their email or Google account, which I built real patient and provider profiles saved to the PostGRE SQL database, and I added protected routes so you can't access the dashboard without being logged in. I connected document uploads to Superbase storage so patients can upload real PDFs, and I built a doctor ID system so every provider gets a unique code like Med 4X7K that patients can use to share specific documents with their doctor. The provider portal then shows doctors all the documents shared with their ID. Let me quickly go over the tech stack. React is the UI framework, and every page is a component. TypeScript adds type safety, which is especially important when dealing with medical data. It catches bugs before they reach the browser, and the Superbase handles everything on the backend: authentication, PostgreSQL, database for storing profiles and documents, and file storage for the actual PDFs. And Vite is the build tool that makes this development really fast. So this is the landing page. I can sign up as a patient through Google. And here it is, my patient dashboard in which I can upload prescriptions and get access to my recent records, and also the document vault in which I can see what my previous uploads are and with what doctors I've shared them to. Same would be visible at the doctor's login as well, provider's login as well. The number one next step is the OCR prescription scanner. So the idea is that the patient takes a photo of a handwritten prescription, and it gets sent to a Python fast API backend. Google Gemini's AI reads the handwriting and extracts the medication name, dosage, and frequency, and doctor info. Then the patient reviews it and confirms before it saves to the records. I actually built the front end for this already, but the upload model is on the dashboard. I just need to finish the Python backend. Beyond that, I want to add smart search across all the documents, deploy the app live on Vercel, and share all the records feature. Looking back, React and TypeScript was absolutely the right choice for this project. The the component structure made it easy to build each page independently and reuse the UI elements. TypeScript made saved me multiple times by catching type errors before they became the real bugs. Supabase was a game changer for a solo project. Getting auth, a database, and file storage for all in one free platform meant that I could focus on building features instead of managing the infrastructure, which I had to do for Firebase in my previous projects. The biggest thing I learned overall is how to architect a real full stack application, user roles, secure routes, file storage, OAuth. This was way more practical than any tutorial I've ever done. And honestly, MediCane is solving a real problem. So, given more time, this could genuinely help patients and doctors.